What is lost upon semen ejaculation? We're going to get into this in depth. So before we get started on that, let us just touch on why is semen so crucial for you? So semen is, in essence, God. Semen is God. Semen is God's milk within you. And the reason we say semen is God is because semen is the energy, the preserver, the protector, and enhancer. We also consider it God because the true acronym of God, God, is generate, order, and destruction. We see this in many trinities, many religions, whether this is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Shiva is known as destroyer. So, no matter what part of the cosmos, there's this duality in place of life and death, creation, destruction. God is the generator, the order, and the destroyer. Semen, in that same essence, plays the same way, because you as a man can generate a new life. You as a man can preserve and create a greater life for yourself. You as a man can enhance your life. You as a man can also destroy your life by constant masturbation or constantly wasting this life force. So in essence, you can also play this role as well of generator, order, and destruction. So it's essential to understand how crucial this life force is within you. As semen gives physical and mental strengths, and so it diminishes them when it is ejaculated out of the body. It is simple as that. Though it also depends on individual body strengths. Some have genetically weaker bodies and some have a strong body. It also depends on how much time a person gives his body to regenerate semen, or how soon he is masturbating again and again. So like we said, guys, the semen you receive and the more semen that's matured within your body will act as a gas and just start being all over the body, start making your skin glow. It's going to start helping you remember things. Your cognition is going to be on point more and more frequently. You will have a better attention span. You will not be alert to this 60-second videos, ADHD craze that they're trying to create. You will have a very, very strong attention span, which is something they're trying to destroy nowadays. But the main premise of this strength, you could see when a man, prior to ejaculation, he's at his strongest. And when he finally ejaculates, he feels feminized. He will feel weaker. He will feel diminished. He will feel like a loss of life has happened, because in the astral, you lost a piece of yourself. You must understand. Life and energy, chakra, everything is interconnected. For something to come to life, something must die. And that is what is happening when the semen is lost. You die inside. You also lose a lot of your key nutrients within your body to give off this new form of life, which in essence should be your future son or daughter and should not be wasted, right? This seminal energy can be transmuted to do anything. So it's essential you realize how potent it is. So do not believe the craze on when some people say, yeah, I don't feel any difference. Physically, you probably will never feel a difference. Some people that are young, healthy, they're not going to feel a difference if they're young and healthy. You're not going to lose 20 pounds of muscle. If you're a guy that's 6'7", you're not going to turn 6'3" overnight. None of this is going to happen in the physical plane. You guys are too worried about what you will lose in the physical plane. The loss is not here in the physical plane. What you should always be the most worried about is what you are losing in the astral plane. There are planes above us that activate and truly are the planes of reality in which we live in. We live in about 12 dimensions of reality, 3 of which we can see through human eyes, which is the term 3D. So, semen energy works both ways. If one keeps using it up for masturbation, it can call for trouble for that person. So like we said, this life force you have, generator, order, destruction, you can generate something amazing or you can destroy yourself going down this path. But if it is restrained and channelized in other areas, like keeping busy and trying to improve various mental and physical skills, it can bring extraordinary and positive results in such a person's life. The semen rewards you for doing. It rewards you for effort. It rewards you for doing things. So that's why you should always be trying to do something when you're on this journey. When you're stagnant or stationary, this is when you get these thoughts, right? Think about the expression that's often said nowadays. The monkey in captivity is the only one that wants to masturbate. When the monkey is free in the wild, it is to adventure, to learn, to improve variously, mentally and physically in its skills. When it's stuck in captivity, it can't do anything, it can't grow, it can't see anything beyond the corners of which it's stuck in. The same thing will happen to you. So it's always essential to try new things, learn new things, various skills, improve yourself, shadow work, etc. To constantly grow and build yourself, to not only keep busy, but to reward yourself. Because that's what semen is doing, right? This is a huge driving factor in a difference between man and woman, because effort for a man feels great. I'm not saying that effort for a woman doesn't feel good. Maybe it does feel good. But for us, it seems like pain rewards men in the long run. Pain weakens a woman, right? They aren't built for trauma. They aren't built for pain. Not necessarily saying there aren't strong women out there. There are plenty of strong women out there. Strong, courageous, bold women out there. But if we look at statistics, which mainly everything is looking at statistics and generalizations, we are here to say that men strive in conditions of hardship, conditions of pain, conditions of unknowingness, while for a woman it may seem like the opposite. It may be traumatic, it may be unable to persist, it may create neuroticism, who knows, because the semen is this life force, this testosterone. It's going to allow you to really, really channel your inner self. It's going to allow you to grow. It's going to allow you to use this vapor, this God's essence vapor, aura, this gold aura like we spoke about before. It's going to be pulsating all around you. This protective barrier that you're not going to be able to see. Right? That's why I said the things that are happening in the astral are more important that are happening in the physical. So you may not be able to see it, but people can feel it, right? And everything in this cosmos is working off how someone feels, believe it or not. So the post-marriage sexual experiences of the person not masturbating before marriage can be extraordinarily wonderful and pleasing that regular masturbator can't even imagine. So for the people that are preserving themselves for marriage or preserving themselves for a loved one, it's essential that they do so, because it teaches them discipline, right? It teaches them sacrifice, and it teaches them to withhold pleasure. So this is another thing it teaches. It teaches you about hardships. It teaches you about sacrifice. It teaches you about marriage in general, because this is not how things operate in the West today, where everything is instantly gratified. Dates, food, you name it, pornography, everything is instantly gratified. But if you wait for marriage, this will sustain your marriage longer, because not only will you feel a greater connection physically with your partner, physically, mentally, and you will be so greater intertwined spiritually because you decided to wait with each other. But it will mean that much more that you value the sexual experience that much. Because when we see the sexual experience, two centers colliding together, 14 chakras are now touching. Over 14, at least 44 chakras are touching. Over that, at least 280 plus chakras are now intertwined together, right? If we're all radiating about 144 and we collide those together, you're going to see that this is a very, very spiritual practice. The sexual act is a very spiritual act. It holds a memory to it. Everyone you touch, everyone you share energy with in that intimate setting, it will be with you, right? For a long, practically your life. So it's essential to understand how potent this sexual energy is, how potent the sexual act is, and how you are truly a creator in this cosmos. So how will you create knowing all this? Will you generate greatness, or will you destroy yourself in the process of pleasure in the material plane? So soon as erections start occurring from puberty, one shouldn't haste to do masturbation or ejaculate semen. keep that desire pending for future. Now is not the time. There's a lot of work that semen has to do for you first. And so don't waste it or disturb it for the good that it's doing for you. So guys, for the young guys out there, the young aspirants out there, guys, you should not be on some quick journey to learn how to you have to learn discipline. Discipline is something you have to learn. Because if you don't have discipline, you will not be able to embark on any journey that requires discipline. Whether this is studying, whether this is learning a new craft, a new language, skills. You have to be disciplined in some degree. Especially if you want to be at the top, the upper echelon of that, of course. You know, if you want to be mediocre, masturbation can help you be mediocre. But if you want to be great, semen retention will do that for you. Right? So for the young aspirants, truly realize why all these sites are free, all these pornographic sites are free, all these apps are portraying such graphic, nudic content to their youth, and why it's so like almost accepted now, right? And why is that the case? Because they want you to be drained. They all want society to be drained of their nutrients, because the man that is drained will not fight back.